Hey, how's it going today? Saturday. I'm taking a look at a very exciting opportunities up there for people who are interested in perhaps different markets, right? I think it's called Roadshow. But that would be more like a slang, I guess. But in other terms, it might be considered something else, right? So what's happening is administration staff of different governments would host different summits or events. During those events, they would promote their own markets and or opportunities within those markets when it comes to doing business, right? So usually it would be perhaps leadership or management administration staff of the government who would promote other countries and businesses with other countries to come into their countries and do business there. So and they would host those kind of events or where they would invite perhaps 200 CEOs or chief operating officers, right, from different business, business institutions to come and do business within their market, right? So yeah, it's kind of interesting, I guess, since usually administration staff of that government would be very problematic when it comes to doing business. Usually, that's where the problems would be. They would be very problematic from my personal experience, unless, right? But usually they are being very problematic. So since they are being very problematic, what they actually are trying to do is attract new businesses. So they perhaps would say, no, we will try our best not to be problematic when it comes to doing business. So it's kind of interesting concept, right? So concept is they will say and do like give like a little show, a little dance to attract more businesses to come in. And we will try to make a lot of promises or sign some documents where we will promise not to be problematic. So I'll be covering a number of those, perhaps five or so. Let's start with UK and try to understand what's happening in UK and about the next one of these events happening within UK. Hampton Court pleased to confirm the venue for Global Investment Summit. The iconic British building will host Prime Minister and over 200 CEOs for a landmark summit, expected to secure billions of investment, drive economic growth, and create jobs across UK. This article I'm taking from the government's website and was published roughly about 10 or so days ago. That would be 20th of November 2023. So hopefully they will host this kind of events and they would be able to attract a lot of investment within the UK. So that would be how we can measure how well the administration staff of UK's position themselves in managing this kind of opportunities, managing this kind of events, or attract different businesses when it comes to doing business. Hampton Court place will be the venue for next week's Global Investment Summit. Minister for Investment Lord Dominic Johnson confirmed today. He has the Lord. If he has the Lord in his name, it's kind of interesting character, I guess. Jointly hosted by the Prime Minister and the Department for Business and or Trade, the summit will take place on. I'm not being promoted, but it's in the UK, right? Hopefully, I'm up there trying to help everyone to succeed, right? On Monday, 27th of November. So, if that happened already or no, not yet? Oh, okay, that happened very recently, perhaps the beginning of this week. Today is Saturday, so it's all what it already happened, I think, on Monday. And focus on great British ideas, past, present, and future. Interesting. This includes showcase of pioneering innovators from across the UK with significant investment opportunities in the sector, including technology, sustainability, life science, advanced manufacturing, and creative industries. More than 200 of the world's leading CEOs or chief operating officers are expected to attend this exclusive summit, which will showcase as one of the best places in the world to do business and drive billions of pounds of a new and strategic investment into every corner of the economy. In 2022 or the 2023 alone, 8,000 jobs were created throughout FDI projects, notably in Scotland, Wales, and Northern and Midlands. Right. Okay. It's kind of interesting. A lot of people have moved to North and Midlands, and perhaps they would be focusing on taking a look at some of those new areas, and perhaps it's a lot cheaper to live there. So also following the summit, His Majesty the King will host a reception at the Buckingham Palace. Further detail will be issued by Buckingham Palace in the due course. Okay, so it's kind of interesting. I have never taken a look at some of those events, so it's kind of interesting. I think there might be some people who are interested in taking a look. There might be some videos up there online circulating so for some of those events and what experience that might look like when it comes to doing business or entering new markets, right? Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, I would highly recommend to purchase a journal. Within the journal, I have put together routines and or how to establish and work towards having those routines. If you were to pick up this journal, I would highly recommend to work from cover to cover. That would be enough time to build a habit. Once you would be working on developing a habit, that would be 24-hour windows that you should take a look at. Within 24-hour window every single day, I have identified particular areas which I personally believe would be very important. And some of those areas would be things to do, professional development, physical activity, learning new skills and development. If anything, bringing more of your attention towards those areas that could benefit you in the long run and slowly over time would get you to where you would like to go. You can find it QR code in the corner, company's website below. It's kind of interesting, I guess, when it comes to traveling, right? So there's some opportunities out there for people who like to travel to other places. Like if you're a CEO or director of the company, or if you are interested in experience or different markets, there's a lot of opportunities like that all the time. It's just if you have time to do that, that's a different question, right? Since the time is so valuable thing, right? So if anything, I like how they would presenting this offer, right? Let's finish on that. It might be interesting thing for some of those people out there, right? So they would structure this offer. We're taking a look at like, a lot of the on the experience, right? At a place where they would be hosting that event is a historically rich area, so they would, I don't want to go too much into detail in the presentation and the way how they're doing it. It's kind of great, I guess, where they're building a lot on experience, right? As well as investors will also get quintessentially, it's such a British thing to say, British experience at the summit with bee feeders lining the red carpet as they arrive at the venue with afternoon tea also being served before carriers depart from Buckingham Palace. So it's kind of it's a lot of experience, and if anything, if yourself, if you happen to be CEO, if you're looking to perhaps enter new markets, to say the least, they might invite you for a tea and perhaps free lunch, right? Which kind of great, I guess, and might be opportunities to socialize and take a look at what would administration staff would be able to offer to attract different opportunities within the UK, right? So to say the least, hopefully we won't be very problematic when it comes to doing business. So from there, if they can even offer something on top of that, great. So perhaps there would be more investment opportunities within AK. I don't want to promote there's a more to it. Perhaps I can share a link in the description if it's something that you yourself might be interested in. If it happened already, perhaps there's a recording online. If not, there's going to be a next one every so often. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.